Hello, and welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to some more Techtonica. I had another dumb idea. We're back in the test world, back in the streaming world, uh, and trying out stupid things for testing. So, one of the things you get in the higher tier of the uh, where is it? Synthesis? No, one of where is it? Science. Somewhere in here. Here they are, right here. The ore infusions, right? So you get this ore infusion, copper ore infusion, iron ore infusion, and stuff like that. So if we go in here and wrong one. Let's hit this button. If we go into intermediaries, right, and I see here that I have, there's my copper infusion, right, and basically it takes copper ore or silverthorne, 20 limestone, and it basically gives you this copper infusion stuff. Okay. So then, and it says it's ready for filtering. So you filter inside of a thresher. Uh, I did some testing, figured out that's how it worked, right? So I set this whole thing up, and right now, all this is no ore in it. Well, let me rephrase that. I lied. I lied a little bit. There is a little bit of ore in it. I put a little bit of iron in this thing to kind of start because I need it to be able to build some bars so that I can make these weird part things so that they can make the Silverthorne or the coolant, right? So you need coolant. So these things are set up so that basically they'll have the limestone in them. They'll have all this stuff, and hopefully, what's going to happen? I say hopefully, what's going to happen is all this stuff is going to trigger. I'm going to throw a little bit of ore in it, and then magically we get a lot more ore out of it. So, oh, I broke it there. Dang it. See, this is what happens. So this thing is busted. Uh, I can fix it. I can fix it maybe. So the problem is I got too many belts going around over here. This belt, I'm trying to put a bunch of stuff in a very small space. So it's causing issue. So let me try this and see if I can get it to move and see if I can get the belts to align. This is just literally my first pass at it. I spent the past hour or so trying to build this thing, trying to see if I can even get it to function and work. So hopefully it'll work. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna basically just throw as much iron as I can in this one, right? So I'm just gonna click on it. Like, oh, I don't want to put two. Give me that back. Uh, hmm, we'll put 10 in there. Okay, that worked. Maybe. I don't want to put a lot in there because if I put a lot in there, then um, it's harder to know if it works, right? So the whole idea here is to have just a little bit in there, and hopefully it starts functioning, right? So there you go. So that guy gets that. So it'll build this thing, and it's not going to be a fast process. But the point here is infinite, uh, infinite iron and infinite copper. If this works, like it's a lot. Like I have put a lot of electricity in it. There's a lot of other moving parts, right? So the whole point here is those guys should grab. Oh, that is going to break. Um, yep, it just broke. So yeah. Uh, All right, so it's already broken. So, and I'm trying something weird. So, what happened was these things are checked, basically picking up stuff, and since they already had enough iron in it, I need to be able to get limestone cleared off the end of this thing. So the point is I need to make sure no limestone gets to the end of this belt. If any limestone gets to the end of this belt, then I'm hosed. So I need to make sure that this thing's always picking up all the limestone it can, and then I want to slowly pull the iron out of it, the excess iron. So the idea here is, holy crap, there's a lot of iron. Okay, it makes sense. So the idea here is this thing basically is going to do that, and it's going to make, I think for each one of them, it's like 5 and 10. It's I think what it outputs. So it outputs. So basically, I put in 2 iron and I get out 5 iron. That's the theory here. So hopefully that will work. And then we're trying to use the plants to make our limestone for us, so that I ran out of those. That is going to slow me down. That is going to break my stuff. You know what? I'm just going to let this thing run for a little bit. We're going to go grab some. What do I need to make filter inserters? Logistics. Oh, just electrical components. I just need iron and copper. It looks like I just need iron. Which theoretically we should start producing. So and then the iron will come around over here, and this guy's going to grab iron first, because I have to have it grab iron first, and then kind of as it does that, so it's starting to pack up. I'm gonna steal the iron. I'm just gonna steal some iron out of it. So I just took 32 iron out of it, which is more than I put in it. I need a little bit more. Give me a little bit more. I need 14 iron. So hopefully, we'll just put the 3 here. That'll be fun. It'll be fine. What's the worst that can happen? It break immediately again. You know, we haven't already seen that. All right, so we'll do that. We'll do this guy here. Do that guy there, and we'll do this guy here. All right, so the idea here is it seems to be working. I'm not pulling a lot of resources out, and basically we're just trying to see if it. We're trying to see. Well, geez, I fell down. Trying to see if all of this actually keeps up. All right, so I'm going to take this guy here. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just going to drop 5 in there. 1, 2, 3, 5. 5 in there. So we'll drop a little bit less this time. So hopefully, ultimately, what will happen is all this stuff kind of gets kicked off, and we're just going to start producing just raw iron and raw stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let that run for a little bit. This thing's going to basically, it's going to stack up a bunch of iron in here. So it's going to take a while for that to back up. So we're going to go down here and look. So the way this works is we have a bunch of the guys here with the Kindle vines in it, right? So we're growing Kindle vines. This is the same thing. It's the same loop that we use, right? So they grow, they go around, they feed into the thresher. The thresher then basically nukes them down. We get stick and the seeds out of it. Seeds go back in, they come back out. We make more seeds and more things, right? So the seeds go one direction, the vines go over into this guy here, or the sticks go into this guy. So this is a new way. The problem with the thresher is trying to get the stuff out of it, right? You basically have eight ports, and you need a couple ports to be able to get stuff in. You need a couple ports to be able to get stuff out. It's horrible, right? And usually you have to use filter inserters, and filter inserters are slow. So what I've done is I took in and I just put fast inserters all the way around it. And then I do this, and these little guys runs over here, and then I put all of my filter inserters over here. So this entire array's purpose is it basically puts the fiber on one side, and it puts the these guys on the other side, or the Kindle residue on the other side. And then once that happens, it kind of gives me a small buffer, and then that feeds out over here. And then the vines come in here, and they're basically used to make plant matter. So the plant matter is then basically thrown in the line down here. It's used to power the furnaces to turn this stuff into basically the Kindle vine resin into limestone, right? So limestone gets put over here, it gets set down here, and we're using the limestone to basically double our ore, is the ultimate goal here, right? Now, that is the Kindle vine side of it. Now, obviously, as if you noticed over here, we're starting to have a problem because we have pretty much no Kindle vine resin, and this thing's already got almost, a full line of fiber. Our fiber is backing up. So what I may need to do is set up even more oh geez, my brain's broken again. Even more furnaces, and smelt the ore that we'll ultimately get. So that way we basically can burn more of the plant fiber. Now also, what the other thing we have in here is we have to be able to make the Silverthorne extract. So the Silverthorne extract is basically done the same way. We have, the two pods here that grow Silverthorne. They come out. The thresher turns it back into bulbs and into the what is these things called? The Silverthorne buds, and then this thing turns the Silverthorne buds into plant matter and the Silverthorne extract. Silverthorne extract goes over here. It is combined with limestone and iron components. So I actually have a box here that its purpose in life is to basically just grab as much limestone as it can. It basically grabs out this first one, kind of feeds it. So once it gets backed up, it'll be backed up. But I need to get limestone into here to be able to build the coolant things. And then we also need iron. So as the iron comes over, we have a furnace in here that's fed off of these, and then that basically feeds into here to make our gear part things to make our coolant. So all that stuff goes in, and then we have none. Okay, that makes sense. And here we have it's gonna break because I failed miserably. So I've already broken it. So as you can tell, that is working, and we are basically getting extra, or basically free copper ore at that point. And then at that point, I've broken it because I didn't put ports on here to be able to back things out. And then some of it's meant to be kind of slow, and for it to be kind of slow to do things, simply because if I let it go too fast, we're we would have massive problems. The other problem too is I need to have this thing basically running at a limestone deficit, like just to make sure that if any limestone appears over here, we're grabbing it, because I can't have the limestone be mixed, right? You could just kind of stuff it in and then build something else with a limestone, but I want limestone to go here and not come out. So the other thing you could do with this is just to feed a limestone quarry into it, but I wanted something sustainable that had no miners inputting into it and just ore coming out of it. Now, is this going to be the fastest thing ever? No, you'd have to make a massive facility to be able to get this going. But, in the time that we've been going, I've been 15 minutes or so for the whole video here. We've got 60 in there. We got 35, so 100 copper. We've got, I took out 30 bars, and we have another 55 bars in here already. So it's already smelted 55 bars out of this thing. So is this system perfect? No. Is it possible? Yes. Yes, it is possible. So this is infinite ore. So a little bit of work, a little bit of time in building your factory, and you can definitely do some crazy stuff already in this game. So hopefully with that, if y'all do have any questions, comments, concerns, please put those down in the comments. If you think it deserves a like, I really would appreciate a like, and subscribe if you want to see more Techtonica and other factory building games in the future. Other than that, thanks for coming, and we'll talk to y'all later.